So, our next startup has had quite the successful year. They have participated at the Samsung Impact Accelerator program, they've won the EIT Health Award, and received a grant from Innosuisse. It's a pleasure to welcome John Klepper, the founder of PIPRA.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
So, John, 2020 has been a difficult year for a lot of people, but it looks like you and PIPRA have been riding the wave of success this year. So what has been your secret trick?
I think we've stumbled upon a huge unmet need in healthcare, and we have an amazing team to help address this issue.
So one can say that teamwork makes the dream come true.
100%.
So let's move on to your pitch. I'll be setting the timer. You have 3 minutes. Are you ready?
Ready?
Good luck.
Hi, my name is John, CEO and co-founder of PIPRA, and I want to start by telling you about Hans. At 75, Hans went to his doctor about his knee. He was managing okay, but he wanted more mobility, to play with his grandkids again. His doctor recommended surgery, but did not inform him that at his age and condition, he had a high risk of post-operative delirium. After surgery, Hans's grandkids came to visit him, who he no longer recognized. He had developed delirium, which turned into long-term cognitive decline and meant that he could no longer take care of himself. So instead of going home with his grandkids, he spent the remaining years in a nursing home. Sadly, this is a true story and one of many. 30% of patients 60 plus suffer from POD. And as with Hans, POD has serious negative outcomes. It doubles nursing home admissions. It costs 1 to 2 billion euros annually to insurers alone in Germany. It has a 25% mortality rate within 1 month, and 38% are still suffering 9 months after surgery, affecting 59 million people globally per year. There is no treatment, so we must focus on prevention. The good news is that prevention works, but it's too expensive to administer on every patient. So our solution is to create a reliable, quick, cost-effective risk assessment tool indicating a patient's risk score prior to surgery, allowing for preventive measures to be taken for high-risk patients like Hans, thereby reducing costs and improving outcomes. Our software has a front end where the clinician enters the data and an AI-driven back end that calculates the score, trained with over 20,000 patients worth of rare, valuable data secured in a database that we own. And our impact for the patient, improved quality of life and the right to be informed. For the hospital, reduced costs, improved outcomes, and improved hospital planning. And for public health, reduced costs as well. Our business model is a flexible priced subscription license to the hospital based on number of surgeries per year. And later we plan to be reimbursed by insurance and standard of care. And when we did a cost-benefit analysis, we found we could save Swiss insurers 26 million Swiss francs per year for knee and hip surgeries alone. PIPRA was co-founded by Nayeli Schmutz, an anesthesiologist, Ben Dodsworth, a scientist, and myself, a serial entrepreneur. And we have a passionate, very experienced, multidisciplinary team. Our advisory board, also multidisciplinary, highly respected, with 3 key opinion leaders from around the world. Together with our advisors, partners, and investors, we can help ensure that people like Hans have a better chance at healthy aging. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. I mean, looking from the outside, it might appear as if you just one day woke up and had the great idea of founding PIPRA. How did you manage to identify this problem?
It's through conversations with clinicians at hospitals. Primarily, it started at Klinik Hirslanden here in Zurich. And just through talking about other cognitive issues like Alzheimer's disease and dementia, very closely related. So one can lead to the other. We started hearing this topic came up again and again and again, and there was no solution. So that seemed like an ideal opportunity for us and very much needed.
Thank you. So again, being hyper-aware about your environment has led you to founding a new solution.
I think if you're lucky and you look for opportunities and doors that open, then and you take them. For us, we were lucky to stumble upon this, but it's a huge issue. It's one of the largest unmet needs in healthcare today.
When talking again about the perspective of consumers or customers, one major issue is always the data privacy. So how do you ensure that there is a data privacy and that there is a limited access to the patient's data?
So that's a great question. We have very, very secure data privacy policies. We're working very closely with lawyers, also with hospital IT administrators to make sure that the data is kept very private. And when we send data, it's always anonymized, very secure.
Thank you very much, John. So to you, dear audience, if you would like to see PIPRA at the finals, then please go and vote now.